Hello and welcome to this extremely special and spooky special edition of Dice and Them, the Halloween edition. This episode is ideal for those of you who have never listened to one of our episodes, or for the old faithful as well. We love you all equally. And
for the former, they are always like this. We are always doing spooky little
yes,
sound effects at all times.
Yes. That's a normal intro. We didn't add anything. That's just always there. So we're really excited to be here. We're doing a little bit of something a little bit different. It's a little bit fun. We're going to have some fun times.
Not like our normal Drek.
No, usually it's miserable, very serious, and very rules heavy, and we get all of the rules right at every time.
We've never once gotten a rule wrong.
Never. Well, I guess technically we haven't, because we don't play with the rules to such an extent that you can barely say that we get them wrong or right, because it's so far removed at all points. I think a great thing to say at this point, before I introduce my wonderful cast of troubadours, is that we've obviously had a long season so far of our flagship show based in Erin, which is being played with D&D, which has been the campaign up to this point. We're going to hit a slight pause on that. I know. You're desperately upset. Don't worry, there will be more Asgard's Bloodfist updates in the future. But we've got this special edition, which is coming out in sort of taking place at the November episode. And then we're doing something completely different. Something very exciting. And I'm going to be handing over the torch.
Who to, Jack? Who to?
Who to? Why to you, Tove? Tove, what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be playing? What's going on?
We're going to be taking a little bit of a break from Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to be playing Blades in the Dark.
Ooh.
Still set in the same world, different characters, same cast, same of Dice in Them quality that you've come to expect and love.
Nailed it. I went for a kind of woo, but also it stayed spooky a little bit because I was still in the spooky frame of mind.
Yes, the spookiness will lead nicely into Blades in the Dark, which does feature the occasional ghost.
It does. It's great. I'm a big fan. I particularly enjoy how wonderful Tove is as a GM. I don't like how it makes me look at my own GMing and think, I should really get better at that. So we'll see how it works out today. And you've already met Tove this evening. Hi, Tove.
Tove the Tyrannical is here to be spooky.
Oh, I like that. Set the bar really high. Now everyone else is thinking, crap. Do I have to think of something like that? Well, Bambi, have you thought of anything like that?
No.
Hello, Bambi.
Hi. Ooh,
Lou?
spooky.
Ooh. Lou, you got anything?
Hello, I'm Lou. It's a good name for that.
Would have been really good. It would have been even better if it was anywhere near your mic.
Lou.
Ideal.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry, headphones users.
And that's our entire cast for this evening. Oh, wait, no. There's an ethereal person that I can't see because they're so spooky and see-through and ghostly. It's Ralph!
It's Ulf.
Good.
Incredible.
Nailed it. Absolutely brilliant. And for those of you who are new listeners, this is it. This is what we bring to the table. We're not sorry about it. And
this isn't special to the Halloween episode.
No,
this is our pre-recorded intro we put on every episode.
This is pretty standard. Okay, so we're doing a special Halloween one-shot today. It's going to be using D&D system. You might have heard of it. It's Dungeons & Dragons. It's quite a new little indie TTRPG. And we're introducing all new characters for this session, and we're taking a little bit of a break, and it's all going to be a bit of fun and a little bit interesting. So, without further ado, let's step in to the zone of spook. And we're zooming in through the cloud. It's dark. It's nighttime. There's clouds all over the shop. It's geography and stuff, bro. And we focus in on several figures climbing over an iron fence into a church graveyard. Not a graveyard. The scene, lit by the light of the full moon, casts long shadows on 5 figures. 2 are tall. 2 are small, and 1 is rather cat-like. We watch as they steal towards the church, darting between graves and mausoleums. As they approach the church doors, a huge, I can't even read my own handwriting, a huge roar comes from behind them. As a giant, they all turn, like, oh my god, what the heck?
What? What's happening?
What's happening? And a giant, 3-headed dragon is upon them, breathing fire. I want everybody to kick off this episode by rolling for initiative, please.
Oh, crumbs.
Straight away.
I really thought we'd introduce our characters before we
No.
rolled initiative.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking cues from Tove. Sometimes you can be interesting and cool when you're a GM.
I was going to say, this is an interesting technique you're employing here, where
Yeah.
you do a little bit of narrative description. I wonder where you've learned that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. You mean when you started GMing and I was like, oh yeah, I basically don't ever say anything
You
apart
can
from
plan what you're gonna
Oh,
say.
you say things.
I say lots, but, you know, good things.
I say things like, I rolled a 10.
That's a classic Lou line, to be fair. I might reply to that with something like, I rolled a 9. Maybe.
Oh, that's interesting, because I rolled a 14.
Huh.
Bambi?
With my modifier, it's an 11.
I'm looking forward to finding out who the 5th figure is.
All will be revealed.
I think I have an idea,
Yep.
unfortunately.
So do I.
Oh no.
So, the dragon is upon you. It has breathed flame upon you, gushing from its horrific maws. All 3 of them, spouts of flame, come towards you, and I want everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Not a reflex save, because that
We're
doesn't
getting
exist.
some D&D here.
Yeah. Well, it was D&D a while ago.
Ooh. I got a spooky 13.
Okay.
The most frightening number.
I got a spooky 22.
Fucking hell.
Does my animal companion also need to make?
Yes.
I've got a spooky and unnatural 20.
Ooh! Bambi can't quite believe what he's seeing.
So 21 and the animal companion was 15.
Okay, so everybody except Ralph's character has passed. Which means...
Back in the zone.
Doesn't it all feel just so
You got it,
familiar?
lads.
It's like putting on a nice comfy old jumper.
Yeah. Which means everyone takes 6 damage apart from Ralph's character, who takes 11 damage.
And
That's
apart
right, I
from
roll
Lou's
up.
character, who takes 3 damage.
Ooh, very exciting. So,
Reasons that will become clear.
flames have spouted out and engulfed you all, particularly the character played by Ralph, who we haven't yet met. And we turn to a quite feline-looking creature whose turn it's up next. Toph, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you're playing today and what they're gonna do?
You'll come face to face with Bite on the Neck in Moonlight, a Sphinx Tabaxi with long, pointed fangs, and dastardly claws, which he uses to slash at the dragon.
Awesome, go for it.
How the fuck do you play this game again? Hang on.
We barely know.
You generally sort of roll dice and...
Yeah, I'm with you. 17 to hit.
Miss. You go to claw at the dragon, and its hide, the scales, they're so tough. It almost like hurts your claws. You're not getting through at all.
I have been thwarted.
Okay, Bambi, you're up. Tell us what we see.
You see a hill dwarf ranger named Lyosha.
If you're just playing Lusher.
Yes.
So when I said do a really exciting, spooky character,
Yeah, exactly. Lyosha's pretty spooky, scares me. So, but
He wears a hood.
exactly, with his animal companion, Azia, the owl bear.
there we go. That's the 5th figure. a large owlbear. Have you looked up the stats for an owlbear?
Yeah, it's right in front of me. Okay, so let's go. It's pretty good. Multi-attack.
Still sort of perched on a falconry gauntlet.
No.
Lusher is holding.
Lusher's perched on an owlbear. Gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the old Uno reverse. I like it.
So, let's go. The beak.
Terrible beak.
23.
Hit.
And... Ooh, it's... I don't think I've rolled this one. Where is it? Here it is. And that's...
Is it a D12?
It's a D10. That's 8 damage.
Oof. Okay. And as you do that, the beak just rips into the side, and you hear a comical Wilhelm scream, which yeah.
And
I was
then,
going to lay
as
you up to do it, but you'd already done it.
follows up with the claws. That's a natural 20.
Ooh. Whoop, whoop.
And that's 2d8. Oh wait, no, hang on. It was already 2d8, so it's 4d8.
This is how Toad feels all the time.
Hang on, so that's 11.
Bambi has been rolling ridiculously well recently.
That's 11 plus 15, so it's 26 plus
Okay.
5, so that's 31 damage.
All right. Okay. So you have, this owlbear gives it a big old hug and just rends it, and you hear someone go, "Ah!"
What? Okay, and then it's Yosha. Also.
Lusher is also there.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Horrifying.
Lusha, your bow snaps in half. Lou, you're up. Who have you brought to the table this evening?
Unfortunately, at some point in the, I don't know, past, future, where are we in the crazy timeline, alternate universe? I think while transformed, Gus decided to try and make friends with a pack of actual giant hyenas. They realised that she smelled wrong and attacked, and unfortunately she was killed. And so now she joins the party on this spooky day as Ghost.
For the audio listeners, which is everyone, Lou has put a sheet over herself and appears to be struggling to come back out from underneath it.
Didn't want to cut eye holes in one of my good sheets.
What about one of your bad sheets? Right, okay.
That was bad sheets.
Ghost, Gus?
Gust.
Gust. Okay. Go. You're up. What can Ghost Gust do? Gust.
Well, for a start, you were lying in your initial opening description because Gust wasn't climbing over a chain link fence. Gust walked straight through a chain link fence. And
does Gust cast a shadow?
No, because she's a ghost. So no. And she floats because obviously has no walking speed anymore. Just hovers. And she's going to hover over to Gladstone and rest.
To Ralph's character.
To Ralph's character, who's not called Gladstone, or anything like it, and is going to rest a spectral hand on their shoulder and be like, "Go get them." She's a spooky child ghost now.
Jesus Christ.
Go get him. And she's going to cast guidance.
I actually thought that I wouldn't have to put any sort of tag warnings at the start of this episode because I thought, well, it's all going to be fun. It's more hocus pocus spooky than anything else. But unfortunately, now we do actually have to have a tag warning. If you're terrified of Shining-esque, terrifying small children voices, then be afraid because.
Well, when you die in D&D and if you die in wild shape, you revert back to your real form. So Gus turned back into a little girl when she died, and is therefore now a creepy child ghost. teen ghost. You know, whatevs. Gus never cast guidance when she was alive. I thought I'd try it.
Is this her unfinished business?
Yeah.
Cast
Actually
Maybe
being
she was like, shit, I was a spellcaster. Probably should have cast some spells.
You produced a few
Because
flames.
of course, ghosts can't change shape. Can't even take their armor off. So
Brutal. Well, Ralph, residing firmly at your usual place at the bottom of the initiative track, regardless of whatever character you play, you're up. Who have you brought to the table this evening?
Well, my character pays almost no attention to the ghostly hand and to the chill that seeps from this spectral guidance, and shuffles forward clumsily, putting one withered leg in front of the other, as the hunched form of Gravestone Spike lurches towards the dragon, rotting flesh clinging to his bones, and a jagged shard of a lance sticking out of his chest.
Amazing.
He shuffles forward and attempts to rugby tackle the three-headed dragon, or sort of a big hug.
Contested grapple check. Is that what it's contested strength check? Is that what we're
Yeah, I
doing?
mean, that sounds like the sort of thing that's an ability check I could add guidance to.
Yeah, definitely. You'll need it.
I will.
whoop.
You had that ready, didn't you?
Nope.
16.
Oh, doesn't beat me. I'm afraid I have a 19.
Boo.
So what you just
Is that with your guidance?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course
man.
it is.
You've met me, right?
You
You've
can
played
make
D&D
as
with
many
me.
characters as you like. If you can't roll dice, you can't roll dice. Fine, yeah. I'm going to say that, Gravestone Spike just kind of lurches at the dragon and kind of bounces off.
Yeah, that tracks.
And it's top of the round with the dragon's turn, and it goes to sort of, you see gouts of flame sort of starting emitting little bursts of flame around the mouth again as it sort of rears back both of its heads. But you're all quite close to it now, save for Lyosha and Gust, and you can see that actually it doesn't quite look like a dragon anymore. It's kind of a bit more mechanical. It looks like maybe it's kind of being puppeteered. There's lots of different things moving around, and you hear a voice behind you, the steps of the church, say, "Stop! Stop this madness in the name of Arena!" And you turn to see sort of an old priest-like boy in a long robe and some fading grey hair, and you hear sort of a "oh, fine" kind of sound, and about 14 people climb out of the dragon. It's sort of a mechanical dragon that had been used to attack you, and this figure at the top of the steps walks down towards you and says, "Oh, I'm sorry for the deception, my friends. We had to test your mettle. The last party of adventurers we sent to deal with this threat never returned, and we were worried. We didn't want to send more useless idiots to their doom. Sorry, I've got a foul mouth. I've been drinking.
You have picked the wrong adventuring party.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, did you say you are a priest?
Yes.
Are you wearing any kind of holy symbol?
Yes. Well,
Bite recoils!
okay. Well, yes. I can see that you're not the usual types, but this is not a usual situation, and sometimes needs must, and Arena forgives. Otherwise, you would not be Arena. So we figure that we need something to help us. The town is under siege by this awful nightmarish threat, and you have answered the call, and you've proven your mettle. So perhaps you can solve this problem for us.
What's in it for us?
Well, I mean, what do you want?
Normal spooky things. Perhaps, I don't know, 20 to 30 of your No, that's a little bit creepy to say. I was going to say virgins.
That's what I was expecting you to say the entire time.
Let's find a different vampiric trope for me to explore.
Anti-garlic. I'll make you a symbol that's an anti-holy symbol that counter-affects all holy symbols in the area.
Great! Hand it over.
Well, I haven't made it yet, but I will. I'm good for
Yes,
it.
following the quest.
I'm good for you, bro. Oh, and obviously, some of you appear injured. And so he casts Healing Word on all of you. Which means I think Lyosha gets healed for 6 points, and I think the rest of you take 6 points of damage. Because you're all undead. Oh, the owlbear will heal if the owlbear took any damage. He goes, oh, yes, obviously, you know, we were looking for adventurers. There's this, there have been murders and destruction throughout the town, and this trail leads back to this ancient mausoleum within the church grounds. It belonged to an awful family renowned for their magical prowess and dark deeds, and we sent adventurers in there to try and to figure out what the problem was and to uncover the mystery, and they never returned, and more people are dying, and you've got to do something. It's in the far south end of the graveyard. Go there. You'll recognize the mausoleum because it's like super creepy and stuff, and that's where you'll find whatever dark deed is running this. Why did I choose to do a voice that would hurt my voice right at the start of the adventure?
I can take a look at your throat if you would like.
Yes, I've been rubbing garlic on it all day to make
No!
You can go now, that's cool, that's the exposition done. And my timeline, the expo bit, is done, so we can move on to the next encounter if you like. Unless you have any questions.
I have no use for mortal possessions, but I will do this thing to help you this day.
That was exceptionally creepy, thank you. That's very kind.
I don't actually have to talk like that, it's just quite fun.
Oh, Jesus, that's actually somehow scary. I don't...
You know, it's good for it you know, people expect it, you know, you got to put on a bit of a show.
Yeah, expectations. I don't even talk like that, actually, you know. I'm just like an old priest guy, but, you know, you kind of have to keep up the, you know, because I'm actually only 24, but I just really aged terribly in the sun.
Yeah, I get it. I can hardly be seen in the sun.
Yeah.
Gravestone.
Yes. Good boy, Gravestone. We're going to go and have an adventure now. Come on.
He follows.
Have you really pushed yourself into a corner where all you're going to say this evening is Gravestone?
We'll see how it goes.
With me, my undead companions! And Bite turns into a bat and flies to the south of the gravestone.
An Eurasian eagle owl takes interest.
You want in this adventure? No!
So Bite is dead.
I like to think that Albert Azia just always walks in a straight line, just through everything. So
as the Eurasian
as Lusha
eagle
walks
owl
out the door, yeah, it's just like Azia's just knocking through things, just like causing a massive mess.
Graves
Gus
out
kind
the
of
ground.
walks towards what's in the front, and Azia kind of follows. But whereas Gus is going through everything, Azia is going through everything.
On the way, Gravestone falls into 2 open graves.
Take 2 points of damage. And as you leave Brother Bartholomew, who's never said his name, he goes, "Oh,
Because he was embarrassed of being called Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. I can't say my own name. Just be careful, for this ancient mausoleum has a great barrier doorway that many have tried to breach and failed in the past, and there's an ancient curse upon that place, so be very careful when you approach the door." Sorry, I forgot to say that
But we're
before
long
when you were
gone.
here. Oh, well.
Yeah, we're actually there.
We've all touched the barrier and we're all dead.
What about those of us who are already dead?
Yeah.
Exactly. So now we're all dead.
He goes to the priest boys and he's like, "Oh, sorry, did I tell them about the door? I should have told them about the door thing. Oh, never mind, they'll be fine. And if they're not, well, Less undead now. So, bite on the neck at...
In moonlight.
Don't ask me. I've
In
forgotten.
moonlight. Bite on the neck in moonlight. God, that's a...
Yeah,
How did you come up with even more of a mouthful than the plus?
Yes, it is quite a mouthful.
Just like you are.
God, we've made light even hornier.
You didn't think it was possible. As you bat about, and I assume you fly like a bat, i.e. sort of swerving all over the shop.
Erratically as fuck.
Screeching. Yeah.
Just all over the shop. You see, you're the first one because presumably you're faster than the rest.
And I have 120 feet of night vision.
Jesus. Okay, well, you definitely see on the way to the south part of the cemetery, you see what looks like 3 figures crouched, digging around a grave up ahead.
I come out of bat form in the centre of them and say, "Hello, my nighttime companions."
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! What the fuck did you come from?
The very depths of hell.
Oh my God!
Tell me, what are you doing here?
I wasn't doing anything. I'm a very God-fearing man.
I cast Charm Person on him.
Okay. What do I do now?
I look into his eyes and bring my fingers in a seductive manner in the air.
There's no way he's going to resist that. He's just a normal bloke, so he falls for your charms.
Tell me, what are you doing here?
What? I am robbing this grave, my lord.
Well, that's the sort of thing I also do, so I cannot be annoyed at you for committing crimes
I'd be
in graveyards.
kind of a hypocrite.
Well, that's fine, for whatever we find is now yours, my liege.
Wonderful. Continue to dig. I will return soon.
Well, I mean, they've sort of exhumed the coffin already.
Oh, I see. Yes, open the coffin. Show me my loot.
And so the other two are like, this is weird. I'm like, Jeff, are you all right, Jeff? And he's like,
He is fine. Question not why he does what I say.
all right. I don't think Mary's going to like this very much, all this liege stuff. It seems very weird, but all right, carry on, Jeff. And so they grab a fantasy crowbar. Do they have crowbars in Fantasyland?
Sure.
Yeah, why
Just
not?
a metal
It's just
bar,
completely
innit?
metal,
It's
isn't it?
metal.
Yeah, all right. They grab a metal bar and they use it to crow the coffin open. And as it does so, it opens up and there's a skeleton inside and a bunch of
Ah.
loot. And the skeleton goes, "Hello."
Ah, close the coffin.
Well, I hang on. You don't have to close the coffin on me if you don't want. I just thought it's been awful lonely down there. So I was accidentally interred after a necromancer had placed a curse on me. You see, so I got stuck. I've been buried for centuries. Thank you for saving me.
You are now free, fellow creature of the night.
Oh, amazing. Do you know where my wife is?
No.
Gus has a look at the dates on the tombstone.
It was like several hundred years ago.
But what date is it?
12.
She's probably around. Go and have a look.
You think so?
I mean, what was her name?
Mill.
Oh, I'm sure one of these homes around here has Mill on the door. Why don't you have a little look round for her?
Well, all right. I mean, that sounds like a plan. Would you mind if I take all my stuff with me? I was buried with a few of my things. You see, I was playing this amazing new solo TTRPG called This Is Your Death, released by Jack of Dice and Them and Innocent Goblin, where you're buried with a bunch of your things and you have various relics that you found emotional attachments to, and you can...
Tell me about one of these things.
Well, I haven't actually played it for this character. I was just plugging my game halfway through.
Do it now. Do it now. Roll the dice.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! I wasn't ready for this. I didn't think you'd call me out on it so soon. Oh, that's a 32. Hang on. Let me just find the thing. Just talk amongst yourselves for a bit. I didn't have it open or anything.
Toad, you appear to have some very cool vampire powers. Where did you get the ideas for those vampire
Stop plugging in the
powers?
middle of my plug.
This is a sub plug.
I will tell you in a moment.
A sub plug is something completely different.
Light's got several of them in his bag.
Quiet you.
I've got a flag of unknown origin.
And how did you feel about it when you first acquired this item?
You've actually read it. You know what I'm talking about.
I've played this game of which you speak.
Initially, I was pensive about it when I got it, because I thought, this is a bit weird. I don't even know where it's from, to say.
Oh, intriguing. And then how did you come to feel about it throughout your life?
But just an overwhelming sense of admiration for a group of people and a place that I've never been.
Ah, what an entertaining solo TTRPG game we have just played together.
I thought so. I mean, I guess we could flesh it out a bit more and write it down, but yeah. Well, I best be off, and before he goes, he sinks his mouth and jaws into one of the grave robbers and rips out their throat with blood gushing everywhere.
Ah, yes, I was going to do that.
As he's walking away, Azure just takes a femur.
Oh! And he
Just to chew on.
he crumbles
Just
to
a
the
beak
floor,
on.
and you hear him going as he crawls away. Was that Azure?
Yeah.
Gus feels a bit sorry for him and makes a large, quite straight tree branch float over to him so he can use it as a crutch.
Oh, yeah, okay, crutch. I was thinking you were going to try and replace his femur.
No.
But yeah, no, that works. He's like, well, thank you, strange ghost. This was a remarkable encounter. And the other grave robber, not the one that's charmed by bite, but the one that, nor the one that was...
The one that's just
had a
watched one of
chunk
his friends be magically enchanted and the other one have their
It's just
throat-
like, he just screams in terror and just runs.
That's fair.
Whilst Jeff follows you, like...
Bite pulls out a large book, and the cover reads, Ultimate Bestiary, The Dreaded Accursed, and he flicks to the Vampire Player Class section, and he peruses the Vampiric Fangs subheading, and realises there is not a direct benefit to him drinking the blood of this man for now, so he will dismiss his thrall.
Oh, that sounds like a great book. It's cool that you can have some really cool options for undead players in 5e. I wish I had a book like that.
There are many other subheadings which I look forward to deploying upon the unwitting denizens of this mausoleum.
Speaking of mausoleum, now that we've got 2 game plugs, and if you too would like your game or product plugged during an episode of Love Dice and Them, just pay us money and we'll totally
Then be on the
We'll,
podcast.
Or be on the podcast.
We'll link the products that we are shamelessly plugging in the episode description.
Will we?
Yeah.
Is that something
I
we
guess
do?
I'll remember to do that, yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
do you want to do that as well? On top of everything
said
else?
it now.
Can you just
I've made it canon.
plug my game, please? Thanks, babe.
Yeah, you've said it, and everything in this recording is going in the episode. So
Yeah, Toad can just edit this bit out.
remember that bit a couple the other day when we were like, oh yeah, well we'll do it sort of as live, so there's minimal editing.
I particularly like
Anyway,
the bit
carry on.
on
We're
the
at the
episode
mausoleum.
I just listened to where I made a gross porn joke, and Toad was like, "Don't worry, I'll cut that," and it's in. I was like, "Hang on a minute." You've reached the mausoleum. It's like one spooky place, guys. There's weird, funky sigils and gargoyles all over the shop. It looks like an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, basically. That's kind of what it looks like. And it's a big old...
Californian high
Is
school.
everyone
got it.
wearing
Yeah,
leather
yeah.
jackets?
Only the owlbear. Yeah, I mean, it just looks... It's quite large. It's quite terrifying. But the door is open. So it appears to have been burst out from the inside.
Do we think this is a residence?
Yes.
I need one of you to go in and then invite me in.
Gus floats through the wall and then says, "Come in."
I am inside.
And as you approach the door and as you go through it, you just hear, hello, 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 can you help me?
That person's got a strange voice.
Can somebody please help me? I'm very trapped. This is very unpleasant and I got really bruised.
Oh, wait, I'm confused. Where's the evil cursed barrier?
You were told the door, the archway and everything, the entrance itself was cursed, but it appears to just be open and the door lies several paces away from... it's been sort of blown out.
How convenient.
Where's the noise coming from, Jack? I'm inside.
It appears... Yeah, outside on the floor.
It's outside.
Yeah, it appears to be coming from the door.
Oh. I stick my head through the door.
Well, it's just dirt.
I'll just sit.
You there, zombie! Flip this door for us! Indicating to the gravestone.
Good.
Gravestone. Oh! Memory.
Gravestone. I flip the door.
That were right awful, that were. Oh, dreadful that was. It's horrible just sitting there. And,
I have changed my mind. Flip him back.
No, please, I can help. I can tell you things about the mausoleum inside, or anything you'd like to know, really. And I'm a very knowledgeable door. I've been here for centuries. Just watching things come and go.
Door talk. Ah.
Oh, I like him. You're quite a big fella, like, with big old sparks. Yeah.
What lies within?
Well, it's a mausoleum, that is. It's filled with the family crypts of the Unard family. Awful people they were, dreadful. But they did, make me, so, I get into a weird kind of hate your creator kind of situation, which, creates a whole kind of thing. But I've actually been going through some therapy with some of the birds nearby, which has really helped.
This is a Halloween episode. Do you mean Unard?
Yes, that's what I would have said if I hadn't literally just thought of that name mere seconds before I said it.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check. Thank you.
The sort of thing one might plan before the session begins.
Yes, I realised I never actually made up a name of the family. I didn't think it would come up, and then I realised I thought I might get away with it, and then I remembered the door was going to say it, and you were going to ask questions. But hey, we are where we are. I'm a door. You guys are fine. It's all good.
What did this to you?
I don't know. I was there, minding my own business, looking around. It was night time, having a chat, birds and bees, all that nonsense, not having sex. That'd be weird. I'm a door. And, next thing I know, I hear big rumblings inside, bit of shaking, bit of whooping, a bit of chanting, all a little bit strange. And then, bam, there I go, off me hinges, halfway across the cemetery, face down in the dirt, and that's all I know. Good night, Sally. That's my name, apparently.
You are less helpful than I thought you would be.
Sally, did anybody come
Hello.
through you earlier on?
Well, yeah, I mean, there were various people that come in and out occasionally to sort of maintain the tomb. I mean, there was sort of a well-revered family, the Unard, yeah, funny one. And so people would come in and out occasionally, mostly nice-looking chaps, hooded usually, but with the eyes cut out, kind of deal. I don't like to pry. I mean, I try to talk to them, but they're not very talkative, and they say the magic words and make me open.
But everybody that's come in through you has come out through you.
I'm not sure I like the terminology, but yeah, mostly.
I was
think
just
so.
trying to determine whether there are things afoot in the mausoleum that perhaps people have used an alternate entrance.
Oh, no. But I do remember the day of the Big Bang, as it were. That's what I call it. That there were lots of people that came through that day. Yeah, maybe 10.
That would have been useful information when I asked originally. That would have been good.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I've been through a lot. Faces and dirt,
that's fair, that's
It's
fair.
always room and makeup. And as you see it talking, it's just like a sort of a face sort of peers in the stone and kind of molds in and out. So it's the kind of idea of a face more than an actual face appears.
What they look like?
Well, it's more the same sort of brown, roby kind of types with hoods with eye holes cut in them and not really talking much. And then I heard a lot of chanting, and then here we are.
Gotcha. Seems like the sort of thing that we should investigate, chaps.
Yes. What would you have us do to you, Door?
Well, I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. I'm kind of at a loss. My original job was to sort of guard the doorway and swing in and out, but I can't do that now. I'm all broken. And the archway is clearly busted, so there's no point going back there. I guess you could take me with you.
No.
Yeah, let's just carry a door around for the rest of the adventure.
Well, yeah, I bet.
We kill Door? Put Door out of misery?
Yes.
No, not sure about that. I'm actually a very powerful spellcaster, so I wouldn't try it if I were you.
How about we put the door back in its frame? Obviously, we haven't got power tools or anything to like fix it properly, but even if it can't open and close, it at least can keep watch.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
The pact is sealed.
Gravestone, can you put it back in the frame?
Presumably,
Gravestone.
once you're all on the inside.
That's now a couple of times now that Gus has kind of talked to Gravestone like he's a toddler, which I think is the vibe that's kind of needed.
Well, I thought that was just the way that Lou talks to Ralph. I didn't realise that.
Let's go inside.
Cool. Okay, you're in a dusty crypt.
I feel most at home here.
I think all of you probably have night vision. I mean, it'd be weird if you didn't.
I can see into the ethereal plane.
Oh, well, that changes everything. Yeah, I mean, it's a dusty crypt. It looks well trodden down the middle. It kind of has an entrance bit, so it stretches back, and then there's steps carved into that descend downwards.
Cool.
I plod down the stairs.
Yep. Okay. As you plod down the stairs, you see a long sort of corridor stretching out, and then further steps down, and then there's a sort of what appears to be steps up to the right and steps down to the left.
I mean, it's kind of
I continue in a straight line until told otherwise.
Okay, so you're going to head along and you're going to skip out the things to your left and right.
Gravestone, wait. There may be valuable trinkets up these stairs. And Bite doesn't look up the
Gravestone.
stairs.
Just looks, I mean, it just looks like a dusty room, some boxes, some shelves of stuff.
I have made a fool of myself.
Gus just sticks her head into the boxes just to see if there's what's inside them.
Trinkets, but not of anything that looks remotely valuable. Just old heirlooms, boxes of books, that sort of thing.
Any sigils or symbols to give us an idea of?
Several of the books have some funky-looking symbols and sigils, in fact.
Does anyone recognise them?
Let's play Dungeons and Dragons and do an ability check.
Let's all do religion checks.
Okay.
Or Arcana. I'll allow an Arcana instead.
Would you allow a history?
Yeah. Right, it's Gravestone. Spike particularly well versed in history.
Apparently not this history.
Gus has got.
All these skills are int checks, so we are all fucked.
Yeah, I got 15.
Oh, religion's wisdom, isn't it?
Nope.
No.
Should be.
No, should be. Isn't.
Be. Stupid.
I got a 2.
I disagree with Ralph. I think it should be intelligence. So. Sorry.
Wow. Get fucked, Ralph.
Because it's knowledge about stuff. Read about it or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Alright, well.
I rolled a 21.
Oh, okay. So you recognise them as being some very ancient sort of runes, some magic stuff. There's a lot of outlawed magic over the years. It's kind of thought poorly of, and you think it's some of that sort of dark magic that's long been forgotten and outlawed.
Keep it. That sounds useful. That does sound valuable.
Yeah.
Outlaw dark magic. That sounds fantastic.
10 out of 10. Yep. For this hill ranger. Yeah.
I'm a spellcaster.
Yeah.
We all are now, apart from Gravestone.
Today, no, but Cure Wounds. I think you'll find that Hunter's Mark is also a spell.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
No, come on. Is it a spell?
Yeah.
Takes a spell slot, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Nonsense. Okay, as you go up and get the books, Yosha, you hear a sort of... and as a spider drops on your big head, and there's lots... A big spider drops on your head. Didn't mean to say that you had a big head. I'm sorry. And there's lots of smaller spiders within the room, but there is one giant one, and so you're going to have to roll for initiative. Ooh.
Ah, my fellow creatures of the night.
Just every time.
28 with a natural 20 on my initiative.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Bite combat bark 1.
4.
19.
Ralph?
8.
Oh, well, you're not last round.
Hey.
Okay. So... Tove, you're up.
Attack on the big spider with his claws. That is a 25.
Yeah, hits. Yeah.
Instead of doing damage, Light pulls out Ultimate Bestiary, the Dreaded Accursed, and refers to the vampire player character section. Instead of doing damage, I'm going to choose to grapple it, and as a bonus action, use my Vampiric Fangs upon its person.
Right.
Vampire spider. Vampire spider.
This is horrifying. Continue.
Doing 1d8 plus strength, which is 0, so... and then 4d6 necrotic damage.
How much?
Jack's face.
Yeah,
just then.
baby. And then I think I'll have, my sneak attack on top of that.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, it's 29 damage.
Yeah, well, it's dead, isn't it?
Ah, spider equal. A rare treat.
Cool. Well, good. Yeah, great. 13 more spiders come down. Dumb game.
Yeah, who wrote these rules?
Yeah, and it's just clearly overpowered. If you too want to have an overpowered character, buy Dreaded the Curse by Nord Games.
To be fair, all of the characters in the Dreaded Curse are incredibly well balanced. The vampire archetype, it's designed to be a class and wouldn't normally stack with stuff of a rogue.
Yeah,
before anybody
have
thinks
to
it's a
kind of-
stupid dumb book that doesn't make any sense.
It's a very good book.
Yeah, maybe getting silly with these rules isn't right when you guys want to sell the rules.
Please buy my book.
We're having silly fun because it's Halloween. It's all very well balanced, and people take a lot of time to painstakingly balance things. Besides, we're still playing D&D at the end of the day, aren't we? Fine.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose neither my claws nor my fangs are finesse weapons, so sneak attack wouldn't apply. But
It's happened.
well, the spider's dead now, so
The spider's dead. I no longer care for the
It's too
spider.
late. That genie can't go back in the bottle.
So the book is retrieved. The spider is dead. And are you continuing on downwards?
Down is the spooky direction.
Mm-hmm.
there was left. I think there was another.
There was a left. So
Time to redeem myself for making a fool of myself for taking us to an empty room.
you going left?
Bite stalks left.
It is just it's underwater.
Again, no!
Gravestone continues walking under the water.
So does Gust.
Okay.
Don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
Is
so
it running water?
yes.
I will not be accompanying you on my command.
There's a small stream of running water into the underwater bit.
I'll have a look around, see what's in the flooded room.
Yeah, so there's a lot of submerged stuff. There's a +4 falchion down there, which is very exciting. And yeah, there's a lot of just broken crap, a lot of like horrible fish things that don't look nice, but nothing particularly exciting.
There's nothing particularly exciting.
I mean, I'll take a +4 falchion.
Cool, you've got it.
Holding it by the blade and hitting people with the handle.
Yeah. I sheath it, by which I mean I stab it into my abdomen.
Cool, awesome. So descending on downwards, you come to, it opens out into a very large sort of chamber with lots of pillars, and you hear
Hey, that's my noise.
Perhaps a friend ghost?
I mean, maybe. I don't know many ghosts.
Another creature of the night.
and you see in the far sort of corner of the room, if you wander around, you see a sort of hunched over spectral figure going.
Well met, fellow spectre.
You see it sort of suddenly stop and go, who dares? Who dares? Who dares? And turns to you and throws an axe at you. Roll for initiative.
At me, because I've gone over.
Yeah.
Cool. It goes directly. It goes straight
It's a
through
spectral
me.
axe, so it doesn't.
Oh damn.
Let's keep the same initiative because I can't be bothered to write anywhere, and it's just wasting time. So it is.
I got a 26.
Nobody cares.
I got an 18. Oh well.
I did what I was told and didn't roll.
Same.
Good job, guys. I'm proud of you.
It's because you weren't explicitly told to do something, Bambi. So.
You must do this.
So it is 19 to hit. Gust.
Yeah. I mean, if it's magical, then yes, that will hit.
Yeah. And it does 6 damage plus 8 necrotic damage.
I'm immune to necrotic damage.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. Or you.
And it sort of, and so as it does so, you see that it's a sort of ghostly dwarven creature with a long beard, and it throws an axe at you, but then instantly, as soon as it throws, there's a new axe in its hand, and it goes "Ah!" and throws another axe straight at not Sebastian Spike. What is your name? Gravestone Spike. That's the one.
We got there.
6. No, 7.
Nah.
Oh,
Still
that
not.
would have been fun. Oh, 7. That'll do it.
And-
Like hacking mosh.
And it's Tove's turn.
Bite pulls his cloak up to his face and looks over his arm, trying to infer whether this might be the final boss of this little session. Trying to judge what spells to use. And then he unleashes his abominable power, becoming a vampiric abomination. And wings sprout from his back, and his muscles bulge, and his eyes turn to slits. And he gains a flight speed of 40 feet, can use vampiric fangs against any target, not just one that's grappled, incapacitated, or restrained, and grows large claws, which he uses to attack.
Cool.
Rolling a 12.
Miss. This is stupid. This is stupid. Bambi, you're up.
Well, Losh's bow was broken.
Yep.
So,
Lost him look normal guy.
he just looks, scratches his chin.
Don't take an action to look.
Gestures at Azure Albert to attack and see if that does anything. It's quite a high number. So 26 to hit.
Hit.
Okay, so that's with the beak. That's a beacon. A beacon of joy. Which dice? That's 11 damage.
It actually doesn't look like it all gets through.
Not all but some of it gets through.
Some of it gets through.
Ah, perfect. All right. So then follows up with the claws.
Yeah.
25.
Unsurprisingly, a hit. Yeah.
What
What are you rolling? We need a
that was
dice
an
sponsor so we
18.
can just
Yeah.
get. We need Bambi to have a dice sponsor, and specifically Ralph not to have a dice sponsor.
And then that's 16 damage.
It doesn't appear that it actually went through.
Well, but Asia's claws and beak are covered in silver, aren't they? Because of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Because, spending lots of time with all these
Remains non-magical. Go away.
creatures of the night.
Go away, all of you. You have no power here, Grandalf. Gandalf the Grey.
Grandalf.
Grandalf the Gay.
Love that guy.
It's 10 out of 10. Gravestone.
Charge at Ghost. With my array of torso weapons.
Gus?
Hello.
At that ghost.
Oh, which ghost?
The oh
crying
god.
one.
It's very confusing. Actually, it's very confusing. The correct ghost.
Okay, good. Not famed for his abilities to make decisions in combat.
I'm quite a small ghost.
16.
Hit. Is that with your +4 falcon?
Yes. So it's actually a dirty 20. And then that's 10 damage, and because it's a +4, that is a magic weapon.
Yep, all goes through.
And second attack is a 6 damage. I rolled higher on the
Oh,
dice.
fine. Yeah, cool. All
And
looks
I
like it all goes
apparently couldn't be bothered to add 11 to 17. That just seemed like too much work.
through. Yeah, I was like, what?
That took ages to work out.
Yeah. It hits. Fine. And great. And now it is Gust's turn.
Gust is gonna float over to bite on the neck in moonlight, and put her spectral hands on both of his shoulders and sort of look like she's like doing like a thing that boxing coaches do before somebody goes into a fight, but obviously her hands go through his shoulders, so it doesn't quite have the right effect.
It feels icy cold as she passes through.
Yeah. And she says, "You'll be all right now." And she casts protection from evil and good on
And he turns inside out.
You take
No, he
400 damage.
doesn't.
Cool. Yep.
So he's creatures who are undead, who are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead, have disadvantage on attack rolls against bite, and also bite cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Nice. Okay. It is the dwarf's turn, and the dwarf, rippling in spectral form, lunges out at Gravestone with a single hand that gets placed upon your face in like a scalding, burning, searing pain. Fuck.
Does nothing.
12.
No.
Damn it!
don't think so.
And then it recoils and goes, "Ah!" And then sinks an axe into Gravestone. Ooh! 24 to hit.
That one will do it, yeah.
So you take 10 slashing damage and 7 necrotic damage.
I'll take the slashing damage. I think necrotic damage probably.
And it rears back and goes, "Ah! It's like hacking mush!" And it is now Tove's turn. Bite.
Bite, the vampiric monstrosity continues to lash out with his enormous claws. 10.
Yes.
I am nothing without my special sword.
I am not optimized for a strength-based build.
My strength is 5. As I go.
Oh, God.
Losha stops scratching his chin, walks up to the nearest ghost, puts his hand inside the ghost.
Gust.
Can I check that I'm not the nearest Gus?
Not-
The nearest ghost.
Not Gust, the nearest opponent, Gus. Gus?
What are you talking about?
I'm very
Are you
confused.
here? Like, what's happening?
There's only one enemy ghost.
bad
There's
guy.
me and there's
I
another
thought there was a
ghost.
dwarf.
Yes,
That's
it's
the
a ghostly
ghost.
dwarf.
Oh, I didn't know the original one
There's
was
a
a
halfling
dwarf.
ghost and there's a
Dwarves
dwarf
can
ghost
be
and I'm the
ghosts.
halfling ghost.
I thought there were 2 enemy ghosts.
No.
Okay, it's fine.
Giant enemy ghost.
Anyway,
I beg of you, just listen. It's an audio medium. We have nothing if you don't listen to the words that are being
the
used.
thing is, right, like, we can work it out when it comes to my turn. This is fine. So, up to the enemy dwarf ghost,
Great.
not Gust. See, I listened to that bit.
Or you're also
Puts his
dwarf.
hand into the inside of the ghost and casts Cure Wounds
Ooh, cool.
using
Well,
a level 2 spell slot.
just roll the damage. I don't think there's any to hit with that.
That's
Why would
right.
it do damage?
Because Jack plays Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Because you said that a minute ago about how
Bum,
casting the
bum,
healing
bum,
word and not doing
bum,
damage. I was like, that's not how it
bum,
works.
It should
Dun,
work like
dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun. Of course, that's how it works. They're undead. You cast a healing spell on it, it does
But
damage.
that means that, like, if you choose to use one of Nord's excellent player options, they can never heal.
No, because you do like necrotic damage to them and they heal.
And vampires have regeneration starting at 6th level as long as
Okay,
you have
cool,
at least 1 hit
ghosts
point
don't.
left, so.
Yeah, necrotic damage. It'll heal you.
8 damage.
Okay, I'll have you did 8 necrotic damage to me earlier. I'm gonna go back to full health.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. This is a silly game on top of silly game on top of extra rules and a silly episode.
Yeah, thanks for your well thought out rules that we are fucking butchering.
I want it known. I have not looked at a copy of Dreaded Cursed. I just said to all of you, pick up your cool powers.
Okay, then Azure attacks does hits with a 16.
Has she put her
Yes.
silvered knuckle dusters on yet?
Yes. Noticing the silver around the room, like, scratches into it.
Silver won't help.
What does that
To
even
be
mean?
fair, Silver's only good against lycanthropes, not against ghosts.
That's 20 damage.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, but it's a 20. And then that's a 26.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
I know, right? It's good.
Is what the ghost says. Jesus Christ.
And then does another 14 damage.
That is enough to shake the ghost from its reverie. It staggers backwards as if punched and looks up at you and mystify clears. All the nasty, the confusion clears from its face, and this horrible visage that was there pales back to the face of a young, beautiful-looking dwarven hero. He goes, "Hello, Commander. I bet you weren't expecting to find your old friend Asgur's Boofist here, were you?"
Asgus is a dwarf?
Oh, come on!
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
You know, Lou.
think he was?
You know, Lou. It's an audio medium. We really need you to listen.
I beg of you, listen to the words that I say. Without this, we have
so hard.
nothing.
You called Boofist even before Ghost?
Were you called Gravestone even before Zombie?
How you know name Gravestone?
Oh, I know lots of things. I do.
Nominative determinism.
Ooh, that's a fancy word, that is. I'm Asgore Spoofist, me. I'm kind of a Deus Ex Machina kind of thing. I know everything the DM knows. Which actually, so far, is not that much.
Do you know the rules of this game?
No! I certainly don't know any of the rules that come with Dreaded a Curse, and I apologise to Nord Games, who aren't even sponsoring us, and I think I've done negative advertising for them so far. It's a lovely book, and I do appreciate it.
We were sent here for a quest.
Oh, were it to kill that?
I think it was to stop you, so please stop doing whatever it is you are doing that annoys the local clergyman.
No, I haven't left this tomb in 1400 years since I were trapped here by one of the Unad clan.
Which one?
Michael Unad.
Michael!
And for what purpose did they trap you here?
Don't know, you'd have to ask them.
You horse now?
I'm a centaur dwarf.
Have you seen them around?
No, but I have seen the dark and evil creature which roams forth every night to attack the townsfolk.
Oh yeah, what was that?
I don't know, it's some nasty beast with loads of tentacles and stuff, but it comes from deeper in the crypts.
Ah, a gribbly boy.
Yes, a
I
gribbly
am
boy.
familiar.
And because of the match starting in an hour and 3 minutes, you've got limited time to go down there and complete the final battle.
Correct.
Come, my fellow creatures of the night.
Here, let me cast heal wounds on all of you.
No!
TPK.
Perhaps you would like to join us for revenge.
Yes, I would love that. Except I'm quite powerful. And it may unbalance the battle to come. But fuck it.
Maybe you
We've
could just
gotta
come and watch.
Oh, okay. I like watching. Oh, my boy Urgos.
I was worried none of us had said something uncomfortably horny for a few minutes.
Don't worry, Asgore is always here to make people feel uncomfortable. Also, his accent is apparently travelling around the north of England, willy-nilly.
As opposed to when it's usually just in one place.
Normally incredibly consistent and good.
I'm hoping most of the people listening to this are Americans and can't tell a northern accent from one another. Is that Scottish? No! Alright, are we going then?
On to the next fight, come on.
Unlike the last crypt we were in, does this particular crypt have any longbows on the wall?
Yes, it does.
Hey!
A large +2 magical longbow.
Ah, perfect.
My abomination powers come to an end. Which is probably for the best, because they did not help me.
Oh, was that a power, was it? I thought you were going easy on me.
What sound does it make coming to an end?
Your wings just kind of like wither.
Collapse
and
back
just,
in.
And no, but they just stay at the end like two sort of withered kind of weird nubs.
Tiny little normal bat wings on my back as opposed to large
They're still
proportionate
flapping.
bat
They
wings.
flap when you move.
Yeah.
Alright, downwards then, friends.
On we go.
As you descend, the steps further downwards, they become slightly illuminated by a flickering amber sort of warm light.
Not
It's not
sunlight, is it?
It's not, it's not sunlight. You're okay.
We're quite far
It's
underground
not,
now.
it's not sunlight deep in the crypt.
You can't be too
at
careful, is this sort of saying.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so as you descend, presumably gravestone first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As you descend further down, you hear some funky chanting. The door appears. That's what I was telling you before. What? How did the door talk? I can't remember. Never mind.
Yeah, that was it.
Was it? I don't know. The skeleton walks in, face covered in blood. Says, "You need an hand."
With what?
Yes, fellow creature of the night.
The grave robber follows you.
Need a hand with
Thrall.
what?
Killing whatever down there, I guess.
Oh,
What was my accent? What was that?
maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
I was a Welsh skeleton, I remember now. I'll fight alongside you, friends. So your party of 9 now head down the final steps. And as you basically come across, it looks like a huge. It starts to be paved like a crypt would be, with statues and things around it, but actually the far end has just been excavated back, so it's like a massive mined cavern area. And you see the walls are just covered in paper, with scribbles all over the paper and sigils. Some of the sigils from inside the books that you've read, Lyosha, and it's papered all over the walls. And in the centre, there's this horrible, dark, writhing mass of gribbly, sort of, with the occasional big, meaty legs and big, meaty claws and things, sort of with some chains sort of vibrating around it. And then around that is a series of candles and drawings along this sort of sandy cavern floor. And then around that is assembled about 10 or so cultists who are all chanting with their hoods on, arms raised and daggers in their hands.
This looks like it might be what we have to sort out. Doesn't look good, guys.
Yes, this is clearly the final boss. If only I had saved my big transformation until now.
That's okay. If we work together, I'm sure we'll achieve anything. I mean,
Yes,
many
you
ways.
do that.
The skeleton looks down at his missing femur and looks up at the owlbear.
I mean, we could ask them nicely to stop first, and then if that doesn't succeed, we've got option B.
Excellent choice. I will use my natural charisma. Is there a leader cultist that is obvious?
Yes, there is one that has bone armor over the top of their brown robe.
I would like to cast Charm Person upon this leader.
Okay.
And this is where I work out how
I
spellcasting works.
I make a save, don't I?
It must make a
Pretty
wisdom
sure it's
saving throw.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, natural 1. Fuck's sake.
You there, friendly acquaintance. What is it you are doing?
We are summoning the great monster of Oorog!
I want you to stop this.
But we must summon the great monster of Oorog, for it is our mission on this earth.
Well, I'm giving you a new mission. You serve me now.
That seems like it's an order that directly contradicts something I would otherwise be doing.
Well, perhaps there is an arrangement we can come to.
I'm listening.
You stop what you are doing and I will spare your lives.
Well, that's interesting, because I count it as 10 of us, plus a big horrible Gribbly boy, and only 9 of you, plus a door.
Gust is gonna float up behind Bite, and she suddenly her kind of features go gaunt, and the bits of her that the giant hyena nibbled off her when she died all kind of look disgusting and foul, and she kind of raises up high and says, "I would do what he says," and she's going to use her horrifying visage. I would like all creatures within 60 feet, Jack, to make a wisdom saving throw.
What do I? Yeah, but then I'm just going to make one for all 10 of them, and then when I fail, they're all what? They're all frightened.
Yeah.
And do they all have to then run away?
They have to spend all of the movement on their turn moving away from me, yeah.
Into the walls.
But that does break the charm on the leader because we have done something
10.
harmful to him.
No, they're all frightened.
Fuck's sake. They're all like,
I am so
They all
spooky.
break the chanting and they all run away. Back away from you. There is no more cave. What do they all just run around in a circle in the cave, or do they run up the
they have
steps?
to use their full movement to move away from me.
Okay, they all
Is
start
the rule
clambering
frightened?
past. They all start running through the party. Feel free to take any attacks of opportunity that you wish.
Gladly!
The owlbear gets one as well.
We all get one, right? Because we all only have one reaction.
Apart from Gust, because they're deliberately running around Gust.
Natural 20!
Okay, that cultist is dead. Next.
And it is completely desiccated, and all the blood just is removed.
Seems like this is just hitting a man when he's down. Like, they're all running away.
So
You are right to be scared!
So the cultist you drain of blood, when you do that, the big creature in the middle appears to sort of shriek a little bit and goes in agony.
Gribble all you like, boy!
21 for...
21. Okay, roll your dash.
15.
You just made that up. Okay, so you just cleave a cultist in twain as it runs past you. Like that.
Bless
That's
you.
exactly the sound it makes.
I
Blood.
Yeah, I fortuitously turn to the side at just the right moment, and the cultist slices itself in half on the falchion sticking out of my chest.
And as it does so, blood squirts out all over the cavern floor, and the monster in the middle appears to grow in size and goes.
Bite dives to the cavern floor and starts licking the blood up.
It's really sandy, it's coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
You take 1 slashing damage as it goes down your neck.
Owlbear?
I don't remember now, but it was over 20 to hit,
Yeah.
and then did 10 damage.
Okay, the owlbear just what does the owlbear do to another poor cultist?
Just with 1 claw, just slices its head off.
Okay, more blood spurts, monster gets bigger.
Hi everyone.
Roars
Can
in
we
power.
stop spilling blood on the floor, please? Because that looks like it's making things worse.
Yeah, such a waste.
Alright, everybody roll for initiative. Let's go. I'm not going to write a new initiative tracker until I'm sure that you guys aren't just going to be in the same order every time.
16!
Bambi?
4.
11.
21!
Oh, Lou, you've ruined it. Actually, no.
I
I'll
should
just-
keep the old one.
All
and
I've got to
then
do is
just go for the bottom.
it's scratch me off the bottom and put me on the top.
Yeah, that's literally what I've done. Alright, okay. Lou, you're up. Gust is there. There are some fleeing cultists rushing past your friends. There is a massive creature, and it goes like this, and all the chains, magical chains around it have broken, and it envelops forwards like all of these weird tentacle things that come together and just are attempting to grab things and draw it into a giant maw. It grabs the cultist head that was lopped off by the owlbear, and it just pops it in like a little cherry, and it goes.
Yoda.
Cherry it was. Yoda impression I do.
Oh, that's not terrific.
That's not
That's
bad.
the first time I think I've ever tried to do that.
Okay,
I think I'm only good at trying to do impressions the first time, and then I'm like, oh, I can do that, and then I try and do it again, and it's fucking useless.
I am going to...
Don't mean to rush you, but we've got 48 minutes until Man City kick off, and Bambi will just leave.
No, we'll just be on the second monitor, and then I'll be even slower.
Say even less, even fewer things.
I am going to cast Thunderwave on the retreating cultists who are running away. Just
Okay,
going to
go
remind
for it.
myself of the spell description.
I believe there are seven cultists running away, including the big cultist with all the bone.
So
armor.
15-foot cube originating from me. So Constitution saving throws, please, Jack.
What about for all of your friends?
What about for all of my friends?
Yeah, because they're behind you, and all the cultists are in that
Okay,
direction. but
fine.
they all-
I float through my friends and then boom, Thunderwave.
Okay, and we've gone back round on the thunder wave not being a 15 cubit that centers on you, right? Because you all did
Originates. From
Gust would be on the edge of the square.
fine, so you're like pumping it forward. Fine, I reckon you can get 4 in that.
Okay, cool. Constitution saving throws, please, Jack.
9.
So that's a fail. So they're going to take 2d8 thunder damage and be pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay.
So they'll take 6, 5, so 11 damage and be pushed 10 feet
Okay,
away.
so they all die, but 2 of them go flying into the walls of the cavern and just explode like watermelons all over the place, and blood just spatters everywhere over the door. Who
I
goes,
tried so hard to do something that wouldn't make them bleed, but no.
You did so much thunder damage sending them flying into the walls, and 2 of them pop like, and the creature goes.
That's what happens when humans hit walls, is that they explode like fruit.
They can do.
Evil Dead rules. It's Halloween.
They can
There's blood
do.
everywhere, all times.
Yeah, come on. This is a Quentin Tarantino movie. Let's go. The blood's also really weirdly coloured.
Okay, well I tried. Someone else have a turn.
And that someone else is Bite on the neck at midnight.
His vampire claws a whirl, trying to grab the leader.
Mm-hmm. The previously charmed leader.
17.
Hit.
And he takes a bite out of him. For 19 damage.
Jesus, yeah, okay, you've killed the leader, but you have sucked him dry of all his blood. And he crumples to the floor, and he simply goes, "Not again!"
This is a habit of his? Having all of his blood taken away?
You should have done what I said.
And there are... Hang on. There's 1 cultist left.
God. We are good at this.
And the giant creature.
Oh no!
Bambi, you're up. Albert plus Losha.
Okay.
What'd you call me?
He said K.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Cut that out.
Okay. Is going to... God knows. Just attack the Gribbly boy.
Yep.
25.
Yeah, is that Losha with the bow?
It is Losha with the bow.
The 2+2 bow.
It's 27.
27 to hit, yeah, I thought you meant damage. I was like, what?
Damage is 13.
Jesus, okay, cool.
Second attack. It's it's not great. It's a 14.
No, miss.
Okay, now the owlbear. Ooh.
Runs towards the Gribbly boy.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh no, it's a 9. That's better. That's okay. 9 plus 7. 16. Yeah. Okay. Now, God, so many different types of dice. 19 damage.
Do you need glasses? Because
quite a
you
small
spend so
second
much of your
screen.
time just like squinting at your screen. 19.
It's expressive reading, so everyone can see what I'm doing.
That's very good for our audio listeners.
Natural 20.
All right.
So it's the 2d8 twice again.
Jesus Christ.
So that's that's just 8. It's rubbish. That's 20 damage.
So you did 19 on a normal hit and 20 on a crit.
Yes,
Wow, that's impressive.
and that's all. Ah.
Gravestone spike.
Gravestone spike. So the gribbly monster has been eating up bits of cultists that are on the floor.
It
right?
has eaten one piece of cultist. Yeah.
Gravestone spike will draw the +4 falchion from its current sheath, i.e. torso.
Yeah.
Raise it dramatically in the air, chop off his left arm,
Right.
then give the sword to his left arm, which will hold it,
Yeah.
and then chuck his arm with the sword in front of the monster.
Okay. So you're chopping off your arm to spite your to spite his face. Yeah. Okay. Is that your entire round?
I mean, I guess that's my first attack.
Yeah, I would say so. Do you want to take some damage?
Nah.
Okay. Maybe 4 damage.
Maybe. Yeah, alright.
Yeah. It's gonna be better than whatever damage we actually calculate for you hitting yourself with the +4 falchion.
And then, yeah, I guess just sort of, charge and jump lance first onto this gribbly boy.
So a charging lance attack.
Yeah.
Roll that natural 20.
Well, it's a 24.
Hit.
I suspected it might be.
Yeah.
And a 9
Okay.
damage.
Every little helps. It is now Gribbly Lad himself, and he has been presented with a zombie in front of him, who he attempts to munch on with a sort of bite attack. Fucking bastarding. 12?
No.
It's got gribbly tentacle boys, and one of those is going to slash out towards bite on the neck in Moonlight.
With disadvantage.
How do you know he's evil?
'Cause it's
Well,
so good.
the second one I rolled was a natural 20.
If
so
it is an aberration or undead or
it's actually a human. The worst
It's
I
had a
rolled
bad
was
day.
yeah, the worst I rolled was a 21.
That, unfortunately.
can't help you, mate.
That's 15 damage.
What type of damage is it?
Bludgeoning.
Then I gain resistance to that because of vampiricness.
So you
Just
take
letting
half
you know.
damage.
That I'll be taking half. Rounded up,
Gross.
right? So 8.
And with its final attack, it's gonna grab the arm that Gravestone lopped off and chuck it in its maw to eat. So do you want to deal falchion damage?
Yeah. And now I have a man on the inside.
Yes.
10.
Okay. And it's Goose's turn.
The goose version of Gus. When did they join the party? Okay, I am going to. So it's just Gravestone's arm that's in the space of this, not Gravestone himself.
What?
I'm asking Ralph. Where is Gravestone and where is
In
Bite?
front of the Gribbly.
Sort of stuck on it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I am going to cast reduce on the Gribbly boy and make it smaller.
Okay.
So it's
I've
gonna...
heard
That's
this one.
making Gravestone, Spike, and also his arm smaller as well.
No, it's one creature.
But they're all kind of one creature if you think about it.
I mean, if
Objectively
Fine, do
not,
your
but
thing.
yeah, I suppose if you think about it.
Do your thing.
I was tempted to. I wasn't sure whether to cast reduce on the Gribbly boy or cast enlarge on Gravestone and just make him a giant zombie with a giant lance sticking out of his tongue.
I know which one the listeners would prefer.
I mean, I'm happy to do that.
I
I'm
would
happy to do the latter.
personally. My favourite thing to do is always just to massively amp the pressure on anything that Ralph does. So I think it's far more interesting.
Fine, I will cast as long as he is willing. I will double the dimension of
pretty
Gravestone in all dimensions, and multiply his weight by 8.
Jesus.
He is now large.
Quick question.
Hello.
Does this also affect the arm, which is now inside
yes,
the
that's
monster?
part of the creature. Your weapons also
Yeah.
grow to match your new size.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And while the weapons are enlarged, the target's attack with them deal plus 1d4 extra damage. So your falchion is now and your lance now do an extra 1d4 damage.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Stone!
Let me tell
I'm
you
imagining
exactly
what
happens here.
happens is like in the Muppet movie where Animal just like bursts out of the roof of the house.
Well, there's two different things that are going on here. So first of all, Gravestone Spike goes to 8 times his ordinary weight. So whilst he was just on the creature, now he just falls to the ground. And the creature falls on top of him. So Gravestone, yourself, I want you to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as this creature rolls on top of you. But whilst that happens, so the creature is now prone, as are you, and whilst that happens, a massive falchion just sticks out of the side of it, and the creature takes 20 points of damage as a massive falchion just sticks
also,
out.
if it fell on top of me, it would have fallen
Yeah, it
on
would
the
have been
lance.
impaled.
It was already on the lance. That's why it fell.
Okay, well then
Because you already
the
impaled.
lance has got to get bigger as well.
Alright, the lance gets bigger and deals a further 8 points of damage.
Quite right.
Don't say I'd never do anything for you. So that is, so far, the most damaging hit that anyone's done.
Well, it's level 2 spell slot, so
It's all good.
second level spell slot.
Tove, bite on the naked midnight.
Bite on the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
at Tidnight begins to regenerate using his bonus action, taking.
I thought you said that only
3
starts
hit
at level
points
6.
back. He's like level 15 if he's got all his vampire powers from the Dreaded Accursed.
Oh. Well, that would explain why this
That would explain why it's overpowered.
massively unbalanced, 'cause you're
10
level
levels
15.
higher than
Level
everyone
5.
else.
Yeah, because, remember that conversation where I said just stay level 5 and grab a couple of powers?
Okay, yeah, light is level, quote unquote, light. Bite is level 5. He just has 10 levels of vampire powers.
Okay.
Which is to say,
Level
he's level
15.
15.
So all that shit I got about saying how overpowered Dreaded the Curse is should be on your plate for making a level 15 character for a level 5 adventure.
Jack, I only took up to level 5 ghost powers, I just want to let you know.
That's because you're perfect, Lou.
Oh, I took them all. I didn't want to leave any toys aside. Anyway, I've just rolled a natural 20 on my attack, so...
Go on then.
Okay, this is my claws, though, because I can't use my bonus action to bite it. Yeah, 6 damage.
6.
Yeah, adding my strength modifier to
crit.
things is not particularly impressive.
So double damage is 6 damage.
Yes, I rolled very low on my doubled d8s.
Wow.
Well,
Does that make you feel better about me being quote-unquote overpowered?
It does. It does. It does. Given that Lou did 8 times the order damage with her attack.
But I am
Albert.
regenerating now, so...
Albert plus Lyasha.
Okay. Bow.
Natural 20. No, it's not. You're a joke of a human being. How is this? This is not fair. You can't pick me up. You can't
That's
pick it up.
14.
And
There
you
you
just
go.
showed me 14. What does that mean?
Outside.
Okay, great.
It's good.
I could do that too. I can pick up a dice and show you what it says on it. Look, oh, 20.
Good job. It's not that much damage anyway.
It's more than 6, though, isn't it?
12.
Yep.
That's twice 6.
Well done, Ralph.
Extra attack. Oh wait, hang on. No, it's a +2. It's a +2 bow, right? So it's actually 14 damage, and so extra attack. It's only 14.
Miss.
And then the owlbear. Beak. That's less than 14, so the beak misses.
Yep.
And then claws. That's less than. That's less than that
The
one.
creature's prone, though, right?
Ooh, creature is prone.
Advantage.
Okay, so if we
It
take
do
the
be
first
prone.
2 d20s, they both missed anyway. So the beak missed.
Well, no, because you attacked with the first one. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, go.
So I
Yeah.
rolled.
Yeah.
Those were the rolls
yeah,
that were
yeah,
fated
yeah.
to be the first 2 rolls.
Yeah, and then the next one. Oh, that's another miss. Yeah, they all missed.
Good. So it is evening out. Just it was very front
Bambi
loaded with
doesn't.
bullshit.
Yeah, I was going to say Bambi doesn't mix up his rolls. He has just a game of 2 halves.
Yeah. So he has the average roll, but it's only natural 20s or misses.
Yeah.
Fine. Gravestone Spike, you're massive, bigger than you ever thought possible.
Even for Gladstone.
Your falchion is on the. Yeah, how tall is Gravestone Spike?
He's now doubled in all dimensions.
And 8 times
So
as
what,
heavy.
like, yeah, I mean, 14 foot tall, I guess.
probably.
Excellent.
You've got a falchion on the inside.
Yeah.
It's half out of the creature.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just sort of use both attacks to just kind of jiggle that arm around.
Yeah.
Just sort of get.
Why don't
get
you
in
do
some
both
gubbins.
with advantage?
Why don't I?
It's very unlikely you're going to miss when it's literally inside it.
Isn't there an Eberron class which is this?
Eberron class, which is what?
Barbarian dwarf spiked armor subclass. You just wear spiky armor and then grapple people. Battle Rager. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah.
24 and 19.
Both hit.
That's not the right dice. I won't use that one. 17 damage and 13 damage from.
In the immortal words of Matt Mercer, how do you want to do this?
I guess it's sort of a sort of inside out reverse blender situation. Where there's just bad stuff happening inside the monster that mercifully we're not really witness to.
Yeah.
Though I suppose audibly probably not great.
No. I once made a strawberry smoothie, and when I added some ingredients in, it was back when they didn't necessarily have a nice, cute port to throw things in, so I had to take the lid off in between. And I forgot to put the lid back on, and I hit blend, and it fucking went everywhere, and it looked like someone was murdered in my kitchen. Is it like that?
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, probably exactly like that.
Well, I mean, it roars, it shudders, it vomits up Sir not Sir Gladstone. It vomits up Sir Gladstone. He goes, it's horrible.
Thank you for saving me, brave adventurers.
Asgo's...
What's that? A +4 falchion? I think I'll be taking that, my lad.
No!
I'll take that back to my other adventures.
No, stop it.
He can't lift
Asgo's
it because
Boofus.
it's massive.
Yeah. to be fair.
Hello, Sir Gladstone.
Lusho?
That's the first thing that Lusher
Is this
said.
where you go at night?
Hang on. That's the first thing Bambi has said in voice.
No.
The entire...
No, it's
Not
the second thing, thank you very much.
Asgo's Boofist goes, oh, I think I was meant to help you at some point, but never mind. You killed it! Congratulations! Should we go back to Brother Bartholomew and tell him all the good news, or do you just want me to go and we can just wrap this thing up?
I mean,
I can't remember what we were going to get for this, so I don't mind if you just wrap things up from here.
Okay, well, I guess that's the end then for this magical Halloween special episode. It's been an absolute pleasure, and take care of yourselves. Don't eat too much candy and chocolate, will you?
tell him he's got a door to fix.
There's a door to fix. Ooh. Who are
Let's
we talking
invent
to?
some power tools.
I was just going to tell Asgers to go and tell Brother Bartholomew or whatever his stupid name that he couldn't say was.
Yes, that's a much better ending! Let's do that!
Well, we also need to find out if the skeleton found his skeleton wife.
Tune in
There's
next
a lot of
time!
loose threads.
Next
Tune in to
Halloween.
next year's adventure, when we'll follow the adventures of Welsh Skeleton, Asgo's Bullfist, a door, and an old priest. Bye!
Bye!
Oh.
Nailed it. No editing required. There you go, Tove.
Good boo!
Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your indisputable military prowess,
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
your academic expertise,
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
and your hands-on experiences.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
Deck of Many Aces is an actual play podcast made by an all-aromantic and asexual cast and crew. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever else you listen to podcasts, releasing every other Friday. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Deck of Many Aces.